Hey traders, checking in on the cryptocurrency space. The Metaverse names continue to explode to the upside and Bitcoin is getting extremely tight. We know a break is imminent. We know volume and volatility are coming. Which direction is it coming in? So before we get to the charts, we're having our annual holiday sale. You sign up for a year membership for the TheChartGuys community and our live streams, and you get the hoodie, you get a mouse pad, you get the back burner indicator, a webinar, all that good stuff. I'll post a link in the comments of this video, and discount code is BLK. So Bitcoin, we're watching this 4-hour downtrending resistance line that we continuously reject upon. The last video when we checked in, we had this 4-hour downtrending support, and I was talking about watching for Bitcoin to see a bear break with no follow through, and for that to potentially mark daily higher lows on our stronger alts, who had a lot more space to work with. That's exactly what's happened at this point. But now we're getting to the point where we're so tight that we know a break is incoming likely within the next 48 hours. Because you get to a point where you just can't stay this tight. You break one way or the other. And right now the bears still have the advantage. Why do the bears have the advantage? Because in the short term, it's a clear pattern of lower highs. If we can't break lower highs, the bulls are not going anywhere. Again, what we want to watch for is if we break the low of 55.1, do we see a lack of follow through? Anything less than $1,000 is a lack of follow through for me. So watch for a break. And then if we get a complete turnaround, we know that there's still significant buying pressure to prevent from a leg down. The game plan on how to play this, you're either in a position and you have stop losses set, you're in a position or you're just going to hold it and let it ride, or you're looking to initiate a position. If I were looking to initiate a position, there are two ways that I would do it. The first would be on a bull break of 57.9 thousand if it happened with very notable volume and shorter term timeframes were not too overextended. I don't like buying resistance breaks. I don't like the risk and reward associated with them. I would much rather buy playing off of a support level. So what if we drop and break 55.1 and don't see any bear follow through? Well, if I'm at the computer when that happens, I will oftentimes market buy right in and then use the low as my stop. So let's say we break 55.1, we drop down to 54.6, right into a bounce. Market buy, stop goes a couple $100 under the low at that point. Because if that bounce gets no follow through and we drop to a lower low, then I know the bears are likely gonna win this battle, and that could have us looking down towards the low 50,000s as far as our next stop from here. And at that point, we would be watching for daily oversold conditions to be the next scenario that I get interested in personally. So watching for a potential of a support break and a lack of follow through just like last time. So let's look at the last time. We've got a good example. How did it play out? Again, it happened in 5 minutes. So the bear breaks straight into the V-shaped bounce. So if I'm at the computer recognizing that lack of follow through straight into a V-shaped bounce, the only way I'm going to get filled is with a market buy. Otherwise, I'm just patiently waiting, and then I can try for a longer term higher low, like the hourly higher low that resulted from that little V-shaped bounce. But for me personally, I'm probably going to be looking for a bottom fishing entry on Ethereum. So the dominance chart for Bitcoin is still weak. Still clear daily lower highs. And now the question is, are we going to break the 39.56 double bottom? That's the level that we're looking at, but we're still well above it, over $3. And as far as resistance, we're about $4, $5 from resistance. Just clear daily lower highs are what I am watching. And I want this to stay weak. Why do I want this to stay weak? Because while Bitcoin is doing nothing, trading sideways the last few days, we're seeing some altcoins show strength. We're seeing the Metaverse names show strength. And that is definitely a good sign for the cryptocurrency space as a whole. As long as there are opportunities for bulls to make profit in the sector, that money sticks around. As soon as you enter a bear market, the money is leaving the crypto space entirely to go find opportunities elsewhere. So as long as, these Metaverse names are running and somebody else is running, then that keeps money within crypto. Ethereum is a nice 12-hour equilibrium forming. And again, there are so many similarities to the last time around, just as far as the 12-hour oversold leading to a decent bounce, leading to a 12-hour equilibrium. 12-hour oversold, solid bounce, and here's our equilibrium. So the play that I'm looking for now, I'm probably going to add to my Ethereum swing position. And for that position, I will have a stop under 39.60. So I'm looking for a 12-hour higher low. It's a lot of risk right now. That's about At this point, I would want the price to be a bit closer, but it's 6% risk or so if I were to make an entry here and use that level as a stop. So my position sizing has to account for that. Another strategy would be waiting for a big enough shift on the short-term timeframes. So let's say if Ethereum bulls were able to pull off an hourly trend change here, I could then say either 4168 is our new 12-hour high or low, or I want to stop out because I'm wrong. And that's a much closer stop level to be using. But if Bitcoin sees a bear break and a lack of follow through, it's another scenario just like last time where that could be a possibility where Ethereum drops down but holds support while Bitcoin bear breaks straight into a bounce. So if that happens, then Ethereum is going to get closer to this 40.24 support. And again, that risk will be much less significant at that point. ETH BTC, daily bull break. And now we only have a few resistance levels to try and get to the highest levels that we've seen in many months. So watching this daily uptrend, watching the weekly uptrend, and very key resistances in play. Again, 2-week perspective, we could form a lower high and keep tightening up for another couple of months. What I don't want to see is weakness in ETH BTC, because with the current setup, the most likely way that we will see weakness here is because the crypto space as a whole is dropping and the altcoins start to drop a little bit faster than Bitcoin. So what I want to see is this stay strong, because that means the altcoins are holding on stronger than Bitcoin and ideally going up faster than Bitcoin if Bitcoin can give us a bull break on that 4-hour pattern. And if ETH BTC gets over 824, that's when the fun begins. So some key resistance is still in play here. And if we do set a lower high, again, it is on the table, but that would just mean we need another couple of months. Because again, with every candle being 2 weeks, if we were to top out here and then pull back for a month and then bounce for 3 weeks, it can end up dragging out into next year. Let's go to Metaverse next. So congrats, Metaverse bulls. You are having a really good day today. So bulls are still keeping this strength, and we're watching for signs of a blow off top, but the shorter term RSI levels keep cooling off enough to prevent from everything getting way overextended and then dropping really hard all at once. I'm watching for that at this point. And if you don't want to sit through daily consolidation, you're walking a stop loss up on your position at this point. One thing I want to talk about for this sector and for trading in general is, again, a lot of people changed their lives in the last month through these Metaverse tickers. And hats off to them. So they were ready for the opportunity. They had already been prepared following this sector and space. And then the Facebook news kicked it off, or they very quickly jumped in and went aggressive on consolidation. But the bottom line is, it's just another example where the phrase once in a lifetime opportunity does not exist in markets today. The amount of times you can look back at stocks and cryptocurrency in the last 5 years and point out a once in a lifetime opportunity, you're talking 5, 10 easy. So more than one a year over the last 5 years. So that is something that you need to remind yourself, because you can look at this and it's not, oh my God, I missed my chance. It's, wow, congrats bulls. I need to learn from this, so I'm ready for the next one, because there's going to be another subsector in the cryptocurrency space that becomes the buzzword and sees this happen. And there's going to be another stock that we're going to trade in another sector, anti-gravity sector, whatever it is, quantum computing. New things are going to continue developing over the next couple decades, and there will be endless opportunities to profit from them as long as markets exist. So let that be your motivator. This game is not ending unless something very significant happens in the world, which is always a possibility. But in the absence of that, massive opportunity year after year. So for Mana, daily breakout, new all-time highs. And I look at this and you remember the last video, I had a really good entry off this daily high or low. And this is exactly what I wanted a position for. And then I forwent. Is that how you say it? Forgoed? That's not right. I forwent that position in exchange for living some life and being off the computer and not wanting to check in on things. And so I look at this in hindsight and say, well, I would have had X many dollars, and that would have been a multiple week maker at this point in just a few days. But for me personally, I made the decision, right? And so I'm not going to get down on myself, because I knew the implications of that decision. You might miss this move, and I didn't care. And eventually you'll get to that point. Put in 10,000 hours on the computer, 15,000 hours, however many it's been, and you reach a point where, again, it's tied into what I just said. I know there will be another opportunity. And yeah, it would have been nice to lock in a real quick 25% move to the upside, but I'll get the next one. No biggie. So we've got a clear uptrend on all our time frames right now. Anything above 481 is an hourly high or low. 15-minute chart, clear uptrend here. And again, you can draw rising wedges, and it's worth paying attention to, but we just have to keep reminding ourselves that these rising wedges often can break bull, especially in a blue sky environment. But this is what I'm watching here. Just crystal clear as far as tons of support tests, a handful of resistance rejections, and we will have to lose this uptrending support on the 5-minute time frame for us to say, okay, more prolonged consolidation is taking place. And once this uptrend support line is lost, to me, that will likely indicate 4-hour consolidation is shaping up. We're about to start. We are seeing the highest dollar volume candles in history on a lot of these names. Actually, I take that back. Maybe not on the initial pump. Sand is close. We'll look at sand here in just a second. But watching for the volume climax. Again, if you set an hourly high or low and there's no climax type of activity, if there's no V-shape, not a V-shape, but straight up and then straight down, A-shape, if that's not happening, you're not seeing a blow off top. So even if this is a rising wedge that breaks bear into 4-hour consolidation, that's not blow off top action. You don't form a blow off top on a rising wedge. You form it with a straight move up into a straight move down, and then a wide range with an equilibrium that you look for. So backburners galore. 5-minute oversold conditions are being front run recently, but certainly that's been the aggressive dip buyers' opportunity. And we're going to then be watching first 15-minute oversold conditions as we scout for a 4-hour high or low. The last time the 15-minute RSI got close, it only dropped down to 33, but that marked our last 4-hour, did it? Yeah, last 4-hour high or low. So 5-minute backburners often give us hourly higher lows. 15-minute backburners often give us 4-hour higher lows. And that's what we're looking for. Tons of space for a 4-hour higher low to form next consolidation. Blue sky breakout. Fundamentals out the window. Market cap does not exist in this market environment. It means nothing. So, you look at this and I see some posts on Twitter. Mana's market cap is now X and they've got this many users. It doesn't mean anything. Right now, you have people clicking buttons to make as much money as possible in an extremely bullish environment. And it's all hype and euphoria. And again, fundamentals mean nothing. They will eventually, they do long term, but in this microcosm of an environment, don't exist. Mana BTC. So watching for clues for any weakness here that may show weakness in the US dollar pairing, but right now they're just doing the exact same thing, so there's no information there. But again, if you're actively trading it, you're constantly watching this for any kind of clues that we see weakness starting to shape up. Sand, so massive 3-day breakout, increasing bull volume. 4-hour, little higher low just set with a bull flag, 657 is our 4-hour higher low. 15 minutes in an uptrend, hourly has plenty of space for a higher low to form. Bulls have been holding EMA 12 for a good bit here. So again, I'm looking for a blow off top, but it doesn't tell me that it's imminent with where we stand right now. If we were going to see a blow off top, it would be something like a 20% hourly candle, giving it all back. Sand BTC, do we have any clues here? Nope, doing the exact same thing. So it doesn't mean take your eye off it. It just means there's no red flags at this point. Some other big names that we're looking at. So Sol and BTC are some names that I'm watching to be bulls on the weekly. Sol is seeing daily consolidation. The bulls have to hold 186.50. The retracement is now 50% plus. So it's more retracement than the bulls want to see. And we are shaping up the possibility where even if we hold 186.50, it's then possible that we form a daily lower high next bounce and just tighten up for a while. Bulls obviously would have preferred to form a little bull flag to try and see continuation from here, but the bears do have short-term control as the hourly RSI is getting oversold. And keeping an eye out to see if we get some oversold bounces holding 186.50 support. And looking at the BTC pairing here, space for that daily high or low. Binance is the other name we're keeping an eye on. It already set its daily high or low, and it has a double top at the 605 high. If the bulls can break 605, weekly high or low is set. And again, it's still looking real strong right under its all-time high, as long as the daily high or lows keep forming. So need that break of 605.20. BTC pairing stronger. Great sign. You want that BTC pairing stronger than the US dollar pairing? It's a potential weekly bull flag here. Daily trend change confirmed. Only resistance is 108. And again, best case for the bulls is Bitcoin holding support or breaking support with zero follow through. And for this BTC pairing to break resistance, that would keep that Binance weekly bull flag certainly shaping up. Got to look at the meme coins. Still, there's potentially opportunity here. SHIB, I was watching this 12-hour falling wedge. Because again, what's the premise? We're looking for a weekly high or low. We've seen a massive bull move, a big time pullback. We know to scout a weekly equilibrium from here. Here we are shaping up with weekly EMA 12 support coming into play. How much retracement have we seen at this point? I don't know. 6.2, about 618. So a couple things aligning. Oversold conditions, weekly EMA 12, 12-hour RSI just getting oversold, 4-hour RSI is oversold, hourly RSI not as oversold as I would like to see it. Again, my aggressiveness, the more time frames you have stacked up into oversold conditions, the more aggressive I am. Maybe another leg down here would shape that up. Another leg down would have us touch weekly EMA 12 and would have that hourly RSI start to get oversold along with the 12-hour and 4-hour. So just keeping an eye out for that weekly high or low, and only the most aggressive of bulls are going to enter into weakness, scaling in. A patient bull is going to say, okay, I'm watching for a weekly high or low, but I know that we need a 4-hour trend change back to the bulls at a bare minimum for a weekly high or low to be taking shape. So a patient bull is going to wait and miss a 4-hour bounce, try and enter on the high or low, have a stop to play off of, and then hope for a 4-hour trend change. Doge is worth watching as well. This weekly equilibrium is a beauty. If we hold 19.4, it's a higher low, and we could continue tightening up here into 2022 very easily if we do hold 19.4. But it is approaching, and the RSI levels getting a bit beat up. 4-hour not, daily not just yet. But watching that 19.4, potential bottom fish. I do expect some bulls to be defending that support level. And otherwise, again, it's only the most aggressive bulls that are going to bottom fish. Otherwise, bulls are saying, all right, hold it. Prove it to me. And then if you do, I'll pay attention in a month when we look for the eventual break. So that's where we stand in the cryptocurrency space as a whole. Bitcoin is going to break soon. If it's going to be a convincing bull break, we need to turn 60,000 into support. Our daily lower high resistance is 60.1. So we got to get over that level. And that would be holding weekly EMA 12 as well if bulls were able to pull that off. Pretty important. This is going to certainly dictate momentum into December as to whether we head to 50,000 or whether we head to 60,000. And watching this Ethereum 12-hour equilibrium. All right, happy holidays to you in the US. Happy regular days to you not. Don't forget to do good things. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Game 3, unless he really blows it.
This is what he does. 0.6. 0.7.
Hang on, I gotta stop touching this thing. Alright.
Point 8.
I mean, I guess we could redo that one.
What? No, that's your point. That wasn't good. No way to speculate. 9 or 0.9.
Point. 21-20.
Oh my god. What the? I think that was making a note.